back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. As always, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. So this is a part 2 to the last thrift with me, where I went into a local Goodwill and I put together 4 looks for the Fair Trade Fashion Show that Orange County Goodwill and Vanguard University are putting on. I had so much fun with that video and I felt like the looks came out so well. And today is the actual fashion show. So I only thought that it was appropriate if I brought you along for the styling portion, I might as well bring you along for the actual event. So we are going tonight and I am so excited. I can't wait to see all the looks. I can't wait to see the vendors. I just know this event is going to be really special. It's very special to me to be able to see the things that I styled walk down the runway, but also because of what a great cause it is. If you are unfamiliar like what I'm talking about, definitely check my last thrift with me where I explain everything that is going on for today's video. Okay, so yes, so I have a few friends coming. My mom is on her way to come pick me up and we are going to go together. I'm really hoping that everything works out for the models and that they can actually wear everything that I wanted them to, because again, I really loved the way that they came out when I was styling them, and so I hope it translates. Of course, I have to give you guys a full outfit check because you know I'm wearing only sustainable, clothing and thrifted items and stuff like that. So let's do a quick outfit check. Alrighty, so it's a little bit hard to see because I don't have my tripod with me. I'm just bringing my small one, but this, and I will be taking more clips and videos for you guys to see, but of course I just want to do a quick outfit check. So this is a thrifted oversized blazer. It does have shoulder pads in it. I believe this is actually from H&M or Zara, I think the tag says. I'm not sure. Maybe it's a men's, I don't know. But it does have little shoulder pads. This little slip dress was from the sleepwear and lingerie section of a Goodwill as well. So I'm wearing that. This necklace, let's see if I can get a little bit closer. This necklace with all my different charms on it, I actually made. It's super easy. I went to Michael's and they were having like a buy one get one half off on all these charms, and I had been seeing a lot of girls online with really cool charm necklaces and bracelets and stuff like that, and so I decided to make one. It was a little bit expensive. I think with all the materials and everything it came out to be like $60, but I have enough to make another necklace, and I have all the materials now to make like more in the future. So I am wearing a little red bow in my hair because red is really on trend for fall. I have red incorporated into the looks that I am styling tonight, and so I just pulled my hair back into a slick back bun, wearing just some normal jewelry. This is a thrifted bag. I believe this is, this is an Urban Outfitters little purse. I think this was like $5. And then, I don't know if you can really see. Okay, kind of. I'll take a shoe off. I am wearing my little Saison heels just to make it a little bit nicer. So yeah, that is the full look. I am just gonna hang out and wait for my mom to get here, and I'll bring you guys along, and I am very excited. So I will see you soon. All right, we're here. We're trying to figure out where it is, and I think it's through here. So we're gonna go in and see.
to work in slave-like conditions, either without appropriate pay, or because of the use or threat of violence, or merely because they are promised a good job. In other words, this is another term for exploitation.
Around the globe, there are an estimated 40 million people in modern-day slavery, and most are trapped in labor exploitation. Many of them are even children and ethnic minorities. And even here in the US, people are exploited and used for their labor. Slave labor contributes to making our phones and our laptops the food we eat, like sugar, fish, and even chocolate.
In fact, the very first case of human trafficking in the state of California over 20 years ago was a case where people were being forced to live and work as slaves, producing clothing in a garment factory in the city of Los Angeles. Fashion, particularly, is one of the worst offenders of industries that contributes to the enslavement and exploitation of millions of people. The desire for cheap, fast fashion is driving the demand for slave labor, which also has negative environmental impacts.
That is the bad news, but the good news is that we have power to slow the demand for labor trafficking. We have the ability to make better our choices and in ways that can ensure that not only are we buying slave-free products, but also that we are actually using our money and purchasing to help others. Tonight you will hear a lot about fair trade. Fair trade is a certification process that ensures that people are paid a living wage, working in safe conditions, and working fair hours. There are now many nonprofit organizations, including clothing and accessory companies, that are working to empower people in disadvantaged communities who would otherwise be vulnerable to labor trafficking.
While labor trafficking is driven by fast fashion and high demand for cheap disposable products, ethical shopping is about making purchases from business that practice fair trade or ethical sourcing, or from resale shops.
Purchasing from resale shops like thrift stores and consignment stores contributes to a circular economy and helps to decrease the demand for cheap products that are unethically sourced, while also reducing the harm that fast fashion industry does to our environment. There are also companies that have ethically certified practices, some of which you can see here tonight all around us.
Now I'll be honest, it can be a sacrifice of both cost and time to search and seek for better products. But when we think about the people that it's affecting and the difference it can make in real life, it becomes a living reminder that just choices alone, our choices alone, do indeed change lives.
Before we begin our fashion show, it is important that we hear from voices that are actively making efforts to prevent not only human trafficking, but labor trafficking within their communities. Let us reintroduce our Live to Free President, Melanie Bimbotronic.
For everyone. If, let's say, somebody is producing a piece of garment for $10, and the other person is undercutting that person for $6. Now, that issue is going to be problematic at the contractor stage.
There's like machines that do this, and I had no idea that it was actually like people are still hand making all of our clothes. And so if you don't know what you don't know, you know what I mean? And so I feel like education is pivotal, because how can we make any lasting
labor trafficking and human trafficking and exploitation and abuse. And when we've learned about ethical shopping and fair trade, but another thing that we can do is use our vote, our voice, our policies, and the laws that we enact as a nation. So we want to invite someone who represents our government from our Senator Josh Newman's office to come and share with us today, because we are really excited about a couple of pieces of legislation we want to tell you about. One piece of legislation that the Live to Free students and I have been following is a bill that was newly signed in California. It's AB 800. Our governor just signed it. It's going to ensure that every single high schooler learns about labor trafficking and their protections as workers before they graduate from high school. We're really excited about that law. And we also are excited about a bill that's SB 707. It's not law yet. We're hoping maybe by next year it will be. But what it does is it makes manufacturers of clothing responsible to recycle the clothing that they produce. Because we've learned about the labor that's involved in exploitation in fast fashion. There's also a huge environmental impact. So today we have Sheen Sidhu, who's here from Senator Josh Newman's office in Sacramento. She's going to tell us a little bit more about the bill 707, and then she's got some special recognition for the students that have put on tonight. So come and join us, please.
Tell you a little bit more about SB 707. Now I know talking about legislation can be a little dry and boring, but I promise this is a really exciting piece of legislation. So for those of you who are not familiar with it, SB 707 is the Responsible Textile Recovery Act of 2023. And what it's going to do is it's going to establish an extended producer responsibility program for clothing and textiles. This means that producers will be responsible for funding and implementing the processes to repair, recycle, and reduce the waste from textiles at the end of their life. In other words, any producer selling textiles in California will have to fund infrastructure to recycle textiles and reduce waste. And as most of you already know, textiles are one of the fastest growing components of our waste stream, and there is enormous potential to recycle in this space, as 80 to 90% of our textiles are actually recyclable. So while this is a massive undertaking, we're really excited by all the industry's reaction to this bill. Over 50 environmental waste groups, haulers, government organizations, and brands are in support of SB 707, and that's really exciting. They want to work with us because they see the benefits in coming together to collectively create infrastructure to manage these products. SB 707 also encourages producers to make greener designs through an incentive program, which is great because we've had a lot of greenwashing, and when we go to buy a product, it isn't necessarily made sustainably or ethically. But this program would incentivize all of our producers to create something that is greener, and it's more in line with our values moving forward. And lastly, I'd like to take a moment to recognize how important events like this are in bringing awareness to the problem of textile waste and demonstrating the action that we can take to be a part of the solution. But also, if anybody has any questions, I'll stick around towards the end.
Wait, guys, can you get in? I know, but I just want to, it's for the vlog. It's for the vlog. Alright, fine, I'll be in it. Look, there I am.
right, well, I am going to sign off. I will put all the information of all the vendors and everything from tonight. Thank you to Goodwill for having me style a bunch of looks. And last but not least, I will see you guys in the next video.